Aha! Okay. So I am on that side. Hidden in an old bar on the river, your new allies have plans to share with you. Meet with the Loyalists' inner circle to learn what they've got in mind. The Hound Pits Pub. That's what it was. Hound Pits Pub. What is that noise? Okay.
I expect they're hard at work in there. Best join them. They'll help you get whoever really killed the Empress.
So, starting at last, Admiral. We've found our man. Even after 6 months in Coldridge...
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pits Pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability in a fight, and in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry, you must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Yes, Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him, and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested. Good to have you with us, Corvo. Nothing against the others, but there's no substitute for a man who's done his service for the crown.
Okay. Oh my god, I gotta get used to the movement.
He made the weapons we left for you on your way out of Coldridge.
Hi! Oh, yay! Hi, Valiant. Hi, Bio. I was hoping y'all would make it tonight. I realize I didn't give much. Yeah. Yes, you did, 8-bit. Oh, I could eat. Yeah. Empty bottle. Don't need the jellied eels. Guess I just stuck my head under the bar tab.
River traffic is forbidden from landing in the distillery district due to risk of infectious contact. Violators will be taken to the flooded district for treatment and rehabilitation.
So how many murders? I was making dinner. Oh, I hope you have good dinner. I have done no murders this session. Oh, that reminds me, I was gonna put a murder count on the video of the first night of the first stream. I think I'm gonna have to pull it down and go do that. Just for the funnies. I really go. I really see everything.
Do not attempt to house or care for a friend or family member who shows signs of blood on their face and chest area.
I think you're a lot more than a murder count, maybe murder touches. Oh. You've got me. always wanted to be murder nobility. Did I go talk to Piero? If I had heard months ago that there'd be an official pics committed murder count. Yeah, I guess some of you could have seen it coming, huh? Oh, geez. There's a person in here. Hi. I'm sorry I just stole your plate. Now I'm gonna take this. And, listen to this.
My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which, Wallace, please breathe 2 bottles of Dunwall Red, never mind which, and fetch a clean glass. Well, I'll begin again tomorrow.
Pleased to meet you, Master Corvo. I saw you at court in happier days, but you might not remember. I was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, Hiram Burroughs, back when he was just the spy master. He's one manipulative bastard, I can tell you that.
You used to be friends with that guy? Okay, well, I am, definitely not trusting you. Oh, this gotta be the colonel or general or whatever he is. I keep forgetting. A Gaffer's Tale, Volume 2. Okay, this is gonna be long. Excerpt from the travel. I forgot there was books in this game. Excerpt from the travel journal of a whaler in his final years. Oh, game audio? Okay. Excuse me. That better? I know they're soft sounds, but... Travel Journal of a Whaler in His Final Years. A Gaffer's Tale, Volume 2, or A Gaffer's Final Passage. Who's better? We're whalers on the moon. We carry our harpoons. There ain't no whales, so we tell tall tales and sing our whaling tunes. After more than a quarter of a century, I am done with whaling, too broken to continue. I've seen all the corners of the Isles and made more coin than most men see in a lifetime, but it's all gone. I've lived through an emperor and watched his daughter take the throne. Fair young empress she was, but slain so young. Everything beautiful comes to die. I've eaten in every port of the known world and sailed in the loneliest waters you could imagine. I've seen the cliffs around Pandysia. Even the best of it doesn't give me an ounce of joy. The years come back across my dreams as a line of butchered bodies, long, sleek, and singing among the waves under the moonlight, only to be speared by ugly, weather-scarred men who'd knife each other for a good pair of boots. Each year I had less time to come home. My tongue forgot the language of small chatter, and those who lived in the cities thought me odd. My sister Nina hardly knew what to say to me during our visits. When she lost her business to the Lord Regent's crooked barrister, I was 100 miles east of Morley, gaff hand frozen from the sleet as we tracked the first bull whale we'd seen in months. I helped her as much as I could, But Nina died in the early days of the plague. None of it mattered. If I'm jaded and bitter, it's because this industry has taken away my dreams. The world has beaten. So, whalers don't have it easy. Ooh. Can I open you? Yes. I'll take some of that. Thank you. Oh, I can't close it again. Oh well. I guess he'll know I've been in here. Gaffer's Tale Volume 1. Oh my god, she's over here. Hi, Stenwick. Happy birthday. Everybody, it's Stenwick's birthday today. Did you get to do anything? You got to do something fun today, right? You were doing a special stream? It's past midnight. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, still, the sentiment is there. Elevensy's birthday. Y'all all have bad luck. Oh no. I don't need any more bad luck. We're not the ones getting an extra year older. 7 hours Voices of the Void. That's right. That's right. That's awesome. Okay. Focusing on A Gaffer's Tale again. My sister Nina and I left Tuvia together, saying goodbye to our aunt, the woman who had raised us since childhood. Leaving behind our home city of Yarrow and the cold but beautiful white landscapes we had always known, we boarded a ship for Dunwall. Our parents had left us with a sizable inheritance. We spent half of this getting to the capital city and establishing a small import shop dedicated to Tivian furs. Tivian, I think. The game's Hey You Need a Break kicked in and crashed. Oh no! Once I helped Nina establish a business, I was free to pursue my dream. Signing on with a whaling ship was the most exciting thing I'd ever done, and I saw it as a means to an end. Someday I would captain my own crew and eventually own a fleet of similar vessels. With tears in her eyes, Nina kissed me farewell, and I did not see her again for many months. As an apprentice to the gaffer, I got to see the tracking and killing of the great beasts up close. Nothing had ever fired my spirit so as the wind and pounding waves, racing after a wounded whale, being pulled by a skein of cables embedded in its thick flesh. I changed more in those first 7 months than I had in the previous 7 years. Whaling was beginning to put its mark on me so that Nina barely recognized me when I returned, tanned and sinewy with muscle, weather creases already wrinkling the corners of my eyes, but she could see that I was filled with joy, having found my purpose. Same guy, by the way. Ooh. Got some money. Admiralty and the Fleet. While each of the isles has some form of naval fleet, none is more envied than that of Bristol, with its long, proud history of great ships and the admirals who command them. This is why you don't read the sequels first. Yes. My bad. Boys come of age in the cities of Bristol hoping to someday captain such a ship, and family dynasties are made by those captains who track down infamous pirates or crush seditious uprisings, as during the Morley insurrection. In times of war and peace, Bristol continues to innovate at sea. The ship designs of Anton Sokolov himself now represent the highest standard in the whaling trade, allowing crews to haul their kill up over the deck and begin their butchery and processing, even as the ship returns to Dunwall. The crews can be seen working on their latest whale as the ship moves slowly up the Rynhaven River, coming to dock with one of the powerful warehouse companies, such as the Greaves Whaling House. Suspended in the rigging overhead and backlit by the setting sun, the silhouette of one of these creatures makes a moving sight as it cruises to its final resting place in the industrial heart of the capital city. How do I... Let's jump. Let's crouch. Havelock log, entry 1. It has been days since our men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. They have not returned, so I can only hope that they succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Piero spent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass-produce them, the Dunwall Navy would secure its place as the dominant force on the globe. But back to Corvo. Can he actually break out of Coldridge, and if so, will he make his way here? I personally give him odds of 1 in 5.
Log entry 1-4. It seems we have moved to a new phase. Martin's improvisations have borne fruit. The former bodyguard has been freed and is en route to the staging location. Pendleton's voting block and my military connections. All we've lacked is the ability to project lethal force in a controlled manner against a previously inaccessible... to the point, we need a man who can kill the bastards for us. Corvo is more than capable of that, I have no doubt. End log. Is this off? Switch. Switch, where the hell is the...
Not a man who is good with technology, apparently, is the Havelock. I need to check something. Now we're good. I didn't realize I didn't have subtitles turned on. I apologize.
Lady Emily Caldwell was abducted 6 months ago.
Oh, it's been 6 months.
Anyone with information leading to the location or return of the daughter of our beloved late Empress is required to speak to the City Watch at once.
Harpooner songs. Just gonna close that. Oh, Jesus Christ, lady. Litany on the White Cliff. Excerpt from a series of Overseer Invocations by High Overseer Abram Templeton. And I say to you, brothers, it is here that we make our stand as a righteous force against the growing darkness. It is here that we unite against the spirits of the unknown that would drag us screaming into the night, never to return to our homes, to our families. Together we will serve as a rod to those who would stray from the herd, for the foggy gray wastes of the outsider. We will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions, so that others will not lose their way, and to those who choose to wander beyond the walls of our homes in far places, we will strike at them swiftly before they whisper to their neighbors, filling their hearts with strangeness and doubt. So the religion around here is a little creepy. I want to read the Harpooner songs. Oh, I actually could sing this. Hold up. I'm not gonna sing it. I'm feeling shy. What will we do with the drunken whaler? What will we do with the drunken whaler? What will we do with the drunken whaler early in the morning? Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner. Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner. Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning. And so on and so forth, with slice his throat with a rusty cleaver, stuff him in a sack and throw him over, and that's it. It's not dinner if it's early in the morning. True. I sang terribly for you guys today. My throat is not
Attention all
happy.
citizens. Curfew extends from sundown to sunrise unless you are otherwise authorized. Violators will be subject to interrogation and detained when necessary. Remember.
Oh, Shadow on Bitterleaf, excerpt from a longer work of fiction. Finding my way by the feeble light of the dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise esoteric patterns, knots and loops of seamstress craft from ancient days. Beneath her needle, his body clenched and shuddered, shaking the wooden table. A morbid fascination pushed me closer, until she turned her blank face toward me, resting the needle in his flesh. With a refined tone, she addressed me. So, you were the lover, I presume. You too have been unfaithful, and it is now your turn to be mended.
The boldest measures are the safest.
Young Prince of Tivia, excerpt from a theater play. Lord Nathan Bale, shaking with outrage. How dare you, sir, clothed so in my very home? I should hand you over to the watch, depraved Tivian. Prince Calasar, moving closer. That's a harsh welcome for royalty, my lord. Your daughter treated me with much more hospitality. Alas, she has gone out for the evening, leaving me all alone. Lord Nathan Bale, stammering, studying the younger man before him. What are you doing? Leave this house. Go back to your frozen wasteland, pale rascal. Prince Calasar, smiling coyly, reaching out. No need for anger between us, Lord Bale. Is it so wrong for me to be here? As I've proven, I've developed an affinity for you and your family. Lord Bale, Nathan Bale, gasping. Oh my, Calasar, your skin is so warm, it burns. Yep, that's... I want it to keep going. I want to know what happens. Oh, we've already read Gaffer's Tale? Okay. I thought there was money in the... This, what I'm doing right now, is exactly why I am not able to play open world games. Because if I didn't have that little arrow telling me where Piero is, I would forget what I was doing. And just get lost. Oh, Wallace.
If I may, I am the personal assistant to Lord Pendleton, and one of the senior servants at Pendleton House, as was my father. Now I am entrusted with this house, the home of the Loyalists. I have never seen the Admiral fail at any venture. If order can be restored to the city of Dunwall, I believe he can do it. If anyone can get your old life back, it's him.
Okay. God, lady!
The Admiral served in the Navy under the Empress, but something happened with the Lord Regent that drove the Admiral out. If I understand it right.
Skyrim, are you ready for the main quest yet? Me, already guild leaders and everything is sporting 50,000 plus septums. Wait, there's a main quest? Yeah. Oh, it's my chambers. Somebody left money for me in my chambers. I mean, it doesn't sound like a bad. Imagine spending a lovely night with someone, roll over in the morning and go, ah! Oh God, lady. Damn white woman jump scares. Seriously. Oh. Blood from the eyes. Oh, that must be... Oh, we're in the quarantine zone. That's why we keep hearing the loudspeaker go off. We are where we're not supposed to be, but I don't see any rats around here, so maybe they've moved on. All right, I'm gonna go talk to Piero now.
To house or care for a friend or family member who shows signs of blood on their face and chest area. The only way to help them is to bring them to the City Watch. They will be taken to the flooded district for treatment.
For treatment. Yeah, right. We all know that's not true. Oops. Gotta go one more down.
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear. All custom work. For you, I will create tools of a master assassin. No! This cannot happen now. The tank of whale oil is running. Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. The oil's unstable. When it explodes, there is a terrible mess. That one is empty. A new tank, please.
All right, I'll come back for all of those. And that.
Perfect. Now plug it in. Perfect. Thank you, Cole. Here, see? The assassin's mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face. But this mask will mean terror to them. If you just hold still, the fit must be precise. There. Can you see normally? Send the lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need. Tell me what I can make for you.
I don't know. I have 996 coins. Yeah, let's get... There we go. Bullets. I have 7 spring razors. Rewire tool allows you to rewire circuitry and turn security systems to your advantage. Consumed on usage. Ugh. We'll get one. From all that it's not all of it's from murder. Just, oh, I forgot to hit record. I'll just have to download it and download the VOD. Disable security devices or make them work in your favor by using a rewire tool on the circuitry panel for the security device you want to hack. This consumes the rewire tool. Rewired walls of light, arc pylons, and watchtowers will harm your enemies instead of you, while rewired alarms will be fully disabled. That's really nice. I don't really want any more bullets. Upgrades. Crossbow accuracy. Crossbow range. Mask optics. Allows you to magnify. That's really nice. Enables one additional bone charm to be active. We haven't got those yet, but they're coming. I do like the magnification. I think I'm gonna get that.
You must be exhausted. I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can.
I like to look around for a
Very
while
well.
before I bed
You
down.
know best. Let me know if you need anything more.
I am going to ransack your... Neat! It let me play with them. Star chart, southern skies. Just gonna take that. I imagine he didn't need it that much. A second solution. Excerpt from a series of newspaper articles from prominent natural philosophers by Piero Joplin. Oh, so this is Piero's writings. It is through no fault of my own that the average citizen has expressed a preference for Sokolov's elixir over my own formula, sold as Piero's remedy, a name I did not choose if you must know the truth. The public has spoken its usual message of idiocy, spending their coin as a means of selecting Sokolov's formula over mine, which I believe to be equal, if not superior. Oh, lovely. A rivalry. Much has been made over the popularity of these concoctions as a means of resisting this remarkable new plague. I say remarkable because this strain works with an efficiency we have not seen in the history of the Empire. This plague, now making its way through the city of Dunwall, is unrivaled in its effectiveness. I have studied it within the blood of those so afflicted, and it is nearly perfect. Elegant, in fact. While it is true that Piero's remedy and Sokolov's elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, my own has properties, not fully understood, which relate to the mind itself and the spirit. It is in this way that my formula wins out. Here is where one should pay attention to this contest. For you see, Sokolov's elixir, with its emphasis on the brute animal body, is a crass goo better suited for livestock. The subtle and secret variants in the key ingredients making up Piero's remedy ensure that it works on the higher functions that separate humankind from the mindless, blue-jawed hagfish swimming in the Rinhaven River. So he has an elevated sense of himself. Piero's request is denied. Piero: no, I will not sign off on these purchases. A bag of powdered crystal? Tivian ore? What's wrong with the metals in crystal? King sparrow feathers? If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the academy, everything you need was paid for by tariff and handed out willy-nilly. But this is my bar, or what's left of it. We're operating on a budget, running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials, and everything else. So you've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve your purchases unless they're absolutely required. No more copper wire or special herbs. If you need those things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city is in ruins, so no one is going to miss any of the odd crap you seem to need. Admiral Havelock. I'll just, no goodies. Dead counter response. Oh, hydrate. Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of reading in this one, isn't there? Hydration is good. I should have made tea for tonight. Oh, shrimp check. Oh, shrimp check, everybody. Oops. Check something real quick. Ah, okay. Oh. Dead counter responsibilities. Excerpt from a manual on new City Watch procedures. Commissioned by the Lord Regent in the face of the growing plague crisis. The dead counter is a position that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict or curfew enforcement, these officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any dead counter will have command in situations related to the plague and the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms, called weepers in common parlance. That gives me a bad mental image. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test and, if accepted, for the 2-week training tour. Pay will be administered in coin and rations of elixir at 1 1/2 normal pay grade. Failed experiments. Excerpt from a series of lectures on natural philosophy by Piero Joplin. Of course I have attempted to improve upon Sokolov's designs. Of course, and why not? After all, it is likely that his thinking was influenced in some small way by our time together at the Academy. We are all part of a community, striving to unknot the mysteries of the cosmos. Even those among us who possess the greatest minds are often led to a fruitful line of consideration by, as one say it, our intellectual subordinates. This guy is so up his own ass. I love this. Sokolov is no exception to this, despite the glamour of genius he has cast over the aristocracy. And further, it is true that many of my experiments have failed. No need to gossip about it behind my back in your social clubs and in the very chambers of the Academy itself. Great ambition requires risks. You may laugh now at my door to nowhere, but someday you will not. Your children will likely see it as commonly as you see the electric lamps lighting our streets at night. But a few short years ago, you would have laughed at Sokolov's arc pylon or wall of light. Your laughter, your condescending smiles, they are nothing but evidence of your own limited imagination. Oh, he's so grumpy. Whale vivisection. Excerpt from the notes of a natural philosopher aboard a whaling ship. Remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed some minor variance in physiology. On the second leg of the trip, east of Tivia, the crew hauled aboard a female some 42 feet in length. I estimate she weighed 35 tons, and the ship sat low, rocking side to side through the night with her thrashing. By candlelight, I took her apart, sketching and taking notes. Against her bellowing, I cut into the massive tentacles around her mouth. Within, I found row upon row of teeth and a baleen running along the upper jaw. Through this broom-like structure, I assumed she filtered food from the water that was too small to be chewed. Tentacles? I have some concerns. Streamer uneducated in whale physiology, clearly. Oh God, hi. I'm not robbing you. I'm not making fun of you. You don't care. Okay, I'm gonna continue robbing you then. Whale oil processing. Excerpt from the founder of the Greaves Whale House by Ebenezer Greaves. Out at sea, they secure the beast with hooks, with lines cast from the main ship and from several smaller boats. Buoys keep the whale from diving deep. Once it's caught, a larger hook is driven through the tail, which is used to hoist the creature up through the chute. They moan and bellow for some time as the men get them onto the deck, then lift them into the scaffolding overhead. The ship adjusts its prow and returns to port in Dunwall, where the crew works on the great creature, slicing off the fattiest parts while it still lives. Eesh. Whale oil refilling station. Sokolov no longer has the upper hand with regard to supplies of whale oil. The good admiral has paid for the installation of my own system, which will enable me to work in this place. The oil tank dispenser, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. When the empty tank is held near the oil tank refill pump, the magnetic attractor should take the tank and lock it in the correct configuration. Using the lever will begin the refilling process. Once refilling is completed, the tank can be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be used in handling the full tanks. They are quite unstable. The system is sound and well engineered. It appears that the Greaves Oil Company has done something correctly for once. This is only a robbery, unless you want me to make it a murder too. No, guys, we're trying not to murder, remember?
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time, and then observe them for years if need be, to see if the formulation of energetic substances develop. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities subject to the necessary legal amnesty.
Did you say aggravated burglary? Murder is the question and the answer is yes. No, we're trying to be good. I wonder if that's his door to nowhere. Alright, I'm gonna go up to bed. That's where I'm gonna go. We're trying to be good. Okay, we're trying not to kill anybody.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Be advised, the river crust infestation has spread downriver, as far as the river mouth and flooded district. Do not attempt to approach or destroy
Is the man
a river
dangerous?
crust.
Yes,
Any
very much
items
so, but
recovered
no
from
need to
doing
fear.
so are
He is here to
considered
work
state
with our
property.
masters.
People say he killed the Empress.
Of course he didn't. People are foolish and believe whatever they're told.
Okay. If the Admiral trusts him, then so will I.
Okay. So... fine then. It's bedtime. I'll go to sleep now. Somewhere else. Whoa. Visit from the outsider. Something's not right. Okay. Oh, that door is gone. It's this dude again. Hello, Emily. Hello, Emily Caldwin the goat. I love it. We're definitely not in Kansas anymore. He's so weird.
Hello, Corvo.
I love him so much.
Your life has taken a turn, has it not? The Empress is dead. Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this, I have chosen you and drawn you into the void. I am the outsider, and this is my mark. There are forces in the world and beyond the world. Great forces that many call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power, my gift to you. Come find me.
Press left trigger to execute a fast and stealthy forward dash through the world. You can also use it to move upward, but the distance is reduced. Aiming at legends will allow you to blink forward and climb up. Hold left trigger to target your destination with precision. Blue arrow indicates that you will climb up when you... Okay. Oh. Corvo, I am very sad. They say that you're dead like Mother, but I'm going to put this note in a bottle and throw it into the river because I do not believe them. Living here is very strange. I do not like it, so please come for me if you can. Angie. Jeez. I don't know if I needed to do that, but... Why can I not? Okay.
In the days that follow, your trials will be great, Corvo. Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name. These runes will grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing. molded by my hands. With this heart, you will hear many secrets, and it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how they may be hidden. Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
Grabbing the heart in your left hand helps you locate bone charms or runes, even through walls. The heart beats and lights up when you are facing a bone charm or rune, and it beats faster as you get closer. The heart will whisper secrets if you press LT while targeting a person or location.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning. All of time's meaning is here. Neither seconds, nor centuries.
Hell yeah. Press and hold. Okay. Oh, geez. Oh, I do want to go in there. I'm just exploring. Because I can. Uh-oh. What is... Oh, duh. Oops! That was dumb. Let's pretend I didn't do that. Oh no, I don't think that works. I don't have that set up. The clip command, I need to do that. I gotta ask how to do that, or look up how to do that. Once you've collected some runes, open the journal and go to the powers section to exchange them for powers. Runes can be collected and used to acquire supernatural powers. Powers. Dark vision. See in the dark and see living beings through walls, including their fields of vision. Representations of the sounds that you make are also visible. Most excellent. Yes, I would like to buy this power. Press left trigger. Oh my god, that's my first ever clip. Old-fashioned way it is, yes. That is my first ever clip, I believe. So, thank you for making that my first clip. Press left trigger to see in the dark and to reveal living beings through solid walls. You can also see their fields of view, as well as visual representations of the sound you make. Level 2 shows you important items through walls like security devices, weapons, ammo, coins, keys, or traps. Awesome.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
Okay. Ah. Can't pretend it's not real. Optional, the rune. Use the heart to find the rune near the Hound Pits Club. Otherwise, go speak to General Havelock. Bone charms provide small supernatural benefits. Locate them by listening for the song they emit. You can activate up to 3 bone charms at once in the bone charms section of the journal. Oh, wow, that coin pouch had 500 coins in it. Mystical whale artifacts.
Violators will be taken to the flooded district for treatment and rehabilitation.
I don't remember how to run. Okay. No, it's
Somewhere in the basements below, Hound kills Hound, and money changes hands.
Ooh, I know a fun fact about that heart. Oh. Please do share. And then I'll read this. It's rumored to be the Empress's heart, though it might be the heart shares the same VA. Ooh. I knew her voice sounded familiar. That's really cool. The Journal of Granny Rags, excerpt from the ramblings of a street denizen. Of course I'll tell you, dearie. I won't keep any secrets from you in the end. All the dreary days of my life are like the windows of a house. From the kitchen I can see out into the garden where the leaves and stalks are brown and bug-eaten. You can see a little lump of dirt where something was wrapped up in a blanket and laid to rest among the rows of twisting vines. The front room looks out into the street, where the neighbors are all setting fire to their homes, barricading themselves inside, warm and snug, dearie. Don't forget about the bedroom, either. It sees into a dreary alley, where hooligans are playing a game with an old man. The first 2 are hitting him with sticks, and the girl with him is kicking at his dry old ribs. Oh, to have those bones, to boil them in a pot. In a pot! No one lives in my house anymore, dearie. No one you'd want to meet. When I lived there with my husband, we were fine, fine people. Vera more, everyone would say. Your house is as grand as Boyle Manor. Better, even. Your dinners are lavish and your parties are the best. When that young Sokolov came to paint my portrait, I was still nearly still in my prime. Radiant, he said, and he was just barely a man, so young, painting all the best people across the land. Everyone wanted a portrait by his hand, all my friends. I was the only one, dearie, wet with his paint, glistening on the canvas for a pretty coin. But it wasn't all parties and paintings. My husband and I weren't always at home, no. We traveled together, he and I, to the far ends of the Isles, beyond even, all the way to the red cliffs of Pandysia, to dig in the rock and crawl through the caves, holding up candles and squinting at the walls. Many precious things we came upon, but none so precious as the boy with the black eyes, dearie. All those marks and bones, carved so deep and polished so bright. I brought the old bones home, hid them from my dear husband. Then I learned to boil them and carve them myself. They made such good presents, dearie. The little mute boy took them home. He loved them so. All the time he came back with new bones for me, holding them up so I could see it in his eyes, even though his tongue was still. Granny, his eyes would say to me, carve these bones for me. Make me another present. And he went so far, all the way to Dunwall Tower, the royal headsman himself now, my little mute boy and his shiny, shiny sword. Better bones were what I needed, you see. Better bones to carve and polish, scrape and gleam. My dear old husband was always tired. I made him soup and then he was sick. Better bones was all, for my little mute boy, carved in the name of the one with black eyes. And after my husband was gone, given away as birthday gifts, I didn't want to live there anymore. So now I'm old and don't have many to give my presents to. It's sifting through the garbage for granny rags and feeding the little birdies that gather at my feet. No one wants to have tea, dearie, especially those rude louts on Bottle Street. Slackjaw and his boys, always meddling with an old woman just trying to make her way. In the end, we'll be together with him. You and me in the dreary night with stars above and below, and always the one with the black eyes, dearie.
Signs of blood on their face and chest area.
I fucking love Granny Rags. She's so eerie and just, I love her. I think she's an incredible character. Early life and criminal record, Slackjaw. Excerpt from a series of letters sent by a member of the Bottle Street gang. You want the chin wag on Slackjaw? What he was like when we was young, before he got his name? Oh, he's got a cool head now, but it weren't always like that in the days before he was boss of the Bottle Street gang. Time was, young Slackjaw wasn't such a reasonable man. Like most of us, he grew up on the streets, running with a pack of ragamuffins and avoiding the law, pinching whatever he needed. Dark-haired and dark-eyed, smoking a pipe by the age of 10. For them born into the brothels or coming from the orphanages, it was either the gangs or working with the mudlarks, and no one wants that. Some got pressed into the Navy or put down in the mines run by the Pendleton or Boyle families. As hard as it was on the streets, as hungry as we all got, at least we was free. Well, yes, we're going to try not to murder. Yes, we will be running into these people. That is actually why I'm reading these specifically, because these are characters we will be running into. By the time we weren't little uns anymore, Slackjaw was one to watch, usually calling the shots when we took down a farmer's cart or sidewalk street vendor. He'd come up with a plan, give everyone some part to play, and decide on the split. Most of us just went along. Of course, we learned fast that we made out better like that. More food, more coin. Plus, none of us wanted to deal with Slackjaw when he was in a rage. He worked on a couple of big jobs with Black Sally across town. And that was enough to get the attention of the other bosses. He wasn't just a street kid anymore. Now he was an up-and-comer, which meant trouble. Another guy who fancied himself as such was Mike the Fish, who was working his way up running the protection racket among the factory women. One fine evening, we're all taking in a body show in the theater house. Mike the Fish and his lot are there in the cheap seats, too, just down the aisle from us. Mike gets a wild idea. He wasn't big on planning, and throws a heavy ceramic spittoon at Slackjaw. Ew. Hits him square in the face and breaks his jaw. We look to see if there's gonna be a blood brawl, but Slackjaw just points at the door and we all leave, with Mike laughing at our backs. Waking up the next day without telling us why, Slackjaw motions for us all to follow. We still can't say a word, so we just come along. We stop at the docks and Slackjaw buys, actually pays coin for it. A heavy chain covered in hooks. It's for fishing in the deep, something you'd attach to a long line off the side of a ship. It's about 4 feet, made of thick links, and there are shark hooks coming off it at different angles. Slackjaw's got that thing wrapped around his left arm, dangling at his side. Not sure how he knew where Mike the Fish was staying, but when we reach his girl's house, Slackjaw throws a bottle through the window just like that. It's almost noon. There's a bunch of screaming inside, and Mike pokes his head out, looking wide-eyed and baffled. When he sees Slackjaw out in the street, a look comes over his face that still gives me the willies. Pure murder. Mike comes out the side door, bellowing like a blood ox, holding a cleaver, heading straight for Slackjaw. When they come together in the street, Slackjaw spins, and the shark hooks bite deep into Mike's arm and shoulder. Excuse me. He screams, but Slackjaw holds onto the chain. He's standing there with his jaw broken, clenched tight, with a chain wrapped around his left arm, hooks sunk into Mike the fish, just knifing him as fast as he can. Mike couldn't fight very well, hooked like that and using his left hand, but he was a big guy, and it took a lot of stabbing before he went to his knees. Everyone was cheering at first, but then we all went quiet. It just kept going and going, until finally it was just Mike the fish blubbering, crying like a baby, and the sound of Slackjaw's knife. When it was over, and here's the brilliant part, Slackjaw took out a note and stuck to Mike's face with a nail. It just said, "If you want a job, come to Bottle Street." Slackjaw didn't talk right for a couple of months, but word spread fast. By the end of the year, once we had a sizable gang going, he sent out letters to the other bosses telling them that he was running a brand new crew over on Bottle Street. Most of them laughed or beat up the guys who delivered the letters. Green-eyed Trish even came back missing a thumb, but apparently Slackjaw was expecting that kind of reaction and had a backup plan. A week later, 4 of the bosses were dead. Seemed like a series of unfortunate events, but everyone knew better. One shot dead by the watch while standing in the middle of a meat market, another slipping and falling into the water out cold. One of the older bosses found in bed with his belly opened wide and a Tivian pear stuffed into his mouth. Still not sure what that meant. And Sheila Barnsworth was found bubbling in a cauldron of hot wax. Slackjaw sent out another set of letters, offers to the underbosses, telling them they'd be treated fair as peers. He even sent Green-Eye Trish with one of the letters. All of the underbosses accepted. After spilling the guts of his main competition, Slackjaw went in for stabilizing his business. Real neat-like. Calling in favors, smoothing things over, giving everyone a little bit of coin or drink as a bonus, showing what he could be like as a boss. So everything got quiet, which always makes the boys of the City Watch nervous, of course. Word went out among the Royal Spymaster's snitches, the Responsible Citizens group they called themselves, telling everyone working in a shop or sweeping off the front steps of their homes to keep watchful eyes for Slackjaw and his men, trying to suss out what they were up to and what had just happened. But Slackjaw ain't stupid. He greased a few palms among the shopkeepers and the watch too, telling them that he was in town to stay and that things would be run properly from now on, without so much blood. He was finally a real boss, ready to settle into the business of moving whiskey, running the hound fights, and offering up the ladies and gentlemen of the night, if you take my meaning. Then the plague came. At first it seemed like a good thing. A few people got sick and everyone wanted to buy those potions from Sokolov or Piero. Health elixir or spiritual remedy, they call them. Slackjaw told me he saw an opportunity. We already had an old whiskey factory with a still, where we could water the stuff down and sell it discounted. Doing the same with Sokolov's elixir was a smart plan. Pretty soon everybody in the slums was sick and business was good. But after a while there were so many people down with plague that everyone got scared. Everybody started acting real nasty and everything fell apart. When people can't work, they don't have the coin for elixir, watered down or pure. When the Empress died, it seemed like Dunwall would slide into the void. Spymaster Burroughs took over and the Watch started using all that new Sokolov technology, watchtowers, tall boys, and them arc pylons. They put up a wall of light across Clavering Boulevard and cracked down hard. But Slackjaw surprised us again. Instead of leaving town on a boat bound for Morley or one of the other isles, he stayed and kept it all together. We get as much elixir to fight off the plague as the City Watch, with their taxes and rations. And that's kept us alive so far. Proudly, Bottle Street Gang. That was way longer than I realized it was gonna be. Sorry for Having a cough in there. Mystical rat artifact. I'm gonna have to read this. These probably a little... Oh, Dowd. That's kind of important. But I kind of want to take a break from reading for a minute. So we're gonna go try to find... Oh, right. I have to... How do I run?
Such laughter, and they're singing the old songs, linking arms.
Should I clear
That was
space
from
for
a happier time.
If you like, but he won't use it.
Why?
He can't sleep in regular beds anymore, or that's what he says. Says he was in the Navy too long. Can you believe it? That pile of wood out there? It's a hovel he built from an old rowboat. Where does Admiral Havelock find these people, I wonder?
Deals are made here.
Oops.
Sometimes under the influence of wine, and sometimes the influence is the point of a knife.
Ah, it's left stick in. I don't think I can swim. Maybe I can swim. Yes, I can.
Before the sun rises, they toss any casualties into the river. Men or hound, they all go in.
Slow time. I didn't know slowing time was one. There we go. Powers. Possession allows control of animal targets. Slows time. Limits a swarm of rats. Powerful wind that can push back or knock down enemies and shatter doors. Oh, or I can increase my health and stuff. Build up adrenaline and trigger brutal melee fatalities. Not what I want. Jump height is increased and falling damage is reduced. Shadow kill. Unaware enemies who don't see you turn to ash as they die. I kinda like that one. Brutal melee. We're trying to do a low chaos run. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and... Oh, I can't get these other ones yet. I guess I have to get them in order. We're gonna buy vitality. Bone charms. Oh, I have so many. I can have 7. Powers effect slightly improved. White rats won't attack you. White rats can be consumed for mana. I'm eating rats. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Shot whiskey bottles explode with greater intensity. Win sword v sword contests more frequently. Damage from explosions reduced. Drop assassination gives you a bit of health. Quick quick dodge. Enemies miss more often with arrows and bolts. That's really nice. Swim speed, breath capacity, moderate keyhole peeping magnification. Breaking glass sound is moderately reduced. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take Fencer. I'm going to take quick dodge. Void channel. White rat's friend. I don't know if Voyeur is that good or not, but... And Raven. Even though I'm gonna be actually... We're gonna do the shop whiskey bottles. There's a button that lets me put away my weapons. I thought. I guess not. Ow! Fucking fish! Fish attacked me.
Well, let's get down to it. First off, I know that assassination is dark business, but sometimes good men have to do bad things to make the world right. Our purpose is clear. We want to restore Her Majesty's line by finding and putting Emily Kaldwin on the throne. To those ends, we'll hide, act in shadow, take them apart, piece by piece.
Okay.
Tonight, High Overseer Campbell dies by your hand. It won't be easy. He's protected by his overseers, an army of religious zealots. But if anyone can do it, you can. Your exploits are legendary. Campbell carries a private journal. Once you've eliminated him, get the journal, because we think it contains Emily's location. Recovering her is obviously critical, assuming she's alive. That's the gist of it. Remember our cause and strike true. We're counting on you. Another thing. Campbell is holding a former overseer by the name of Martin. He's one of us, and if you manage to find him, give him whatever help you can. He's a master strategist, and he got caught working for our cause. It'd be good to have him back here at the Hound Pits.
What are you reading? The Exquisite Tall Boy. Excerpt from a letter of public concern by anonymous authors. What you've read here is the truth, regardless of what you will hear from the, quote, authorities who rule over us. It is not a matter of coincidence that the former, quote, royal spy master is the one who stepped in when the late princess fell. We, who will remain nameless, believe that these events are interconnected. The signs of oppression are all around us. The Sokolov designs, originally intended to provide light and warmth in our homes, have been turned against us as a mean of inspiring fear and controlling our movements through the city. And where did this plague originate? Some say it was imported. A wild theory? Perhaps. One of our members risked her life to obtain an internal report from the government, which we will be printing and sharing soon, called The Exquisite Tallboy, extolling the virtues of this newest member of the City Watch. To those in the streets below, these virtues are, quote, virtues are horrors, spread by stilted thugs who rain down fire on the sick and the poor. To these eyes, the Tallboy is another government bully, armed with incendiary devices, thickly armored and standing high overhead, looking down at the common people of the city. We know now that the Tallboys are heavily drugged, imbibing a substance that renders them resistant to pain, but also dulls whatever empathy they might normally possess. Exquisite? We think not. Copy these words and share them with your neighbors, and remember, when the tides are lowest, the truth will be revealed. So I'm gonna go. I think I left food upstairs. Well, did I leave food in one of these places? Since I got attacked by a fucking fish.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Do not attempt to house or care for a friend or family member.
Yes, there's a pair.
Signs of blood on their face
Oh.
and chest area. The only way to help them is to bring them to the City Watch. They will be taken to the flooded district for treatment.
That pair didn't do much for me. Let's see, have you got something? Yes. You have an apricot tartlet. That was very delicious, thank you. I'll save the two, the Dowd and the other one for next stream.
Oh. Corvo. Hello. I'm Callista. I work here for Admiral Havelock. I'm sorry to intrude on your business, but this is important. I suspect you're going to kill the High Overseer, that wretched man. There's really no reason for you to listen to me, but my uncle, Jeff Kernow, still serves as captain in the City Watch. But he's a good man, and my only family. The chatter in servant circles is that Campbell just took delivery of an exotic poison, and I think I know why. My uncle's not corruptible like the rest of them. Campbell is going to poison my uncle. Do you think you could protect him? You used to do that, right? Before you had your current profession. Before you became an assassin.
Gosh. That kinda hurt. Alright, yeah, I hate to do it, but I'm gonna have to do it. We are gonna go ahead and end stream here because it is coming up on 2 hours and, I am going to have to stop for my hands. So, thank you guys. I love you all. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Honestly, you have no idea how much it meant for me tonight to see you all. You guys just really, really made me happy. So, thank you. I'll see you all next stream. Keep an eye out on Twitter or Blue Sky or the Discord channels that I speak in or that I'm involved in. Thank you guys. Have